Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this from Alexander. I thought this was a great post. The difference between XRP and playing the lottery is that when you play the lottery and wait for your winning numbers to come out, the probability is 0.01%, almost zero. With XRP, the probability of making a lot of money is 99% in 5 years. Just let time do its work. The day you bought your XRP, you bought a winning lottery ticket. In this cycle, even the most conservative people are still calling for anywhere between $27 and $50 for XRP. The most bullish people out there are calling for $589 and $1,000. All I know is this: over the next couple of months, you will have the option of either cashing in your winning lottery ticket, XRP, or you continue to hold it and wait for it to go to even higher prices. Because XRP is eventually going to reach 4 and 5 digits. It's just a matter of time. XRP price prediction, Ethereum latest news, and why Remedix is being dubbed the next XRP. There is no next XRP. XRP is the future. The elites are looking at it as the future. And you know why there's never going to be an XRP alternative or XRP killer? Because Ripple, for the past decade, over a decade now, has been putting rail after rail in place for XRP to run on. So the so-called XRP alternatives or XRP killers, it's going to take them another decade before they even put the rails in place. XRP is the future. There is no XRP killer. New and improved XRP rich list. See how much money it would cost you to be an XRP 1%er over the years. In 2017, it would have only cost you $11,000 to be in the 1%. Today, it would cost you $141,000 to be in the 1%. Also, see how much what your XRP will be worth when it reaches $10. I don't even know why they put that on there, because most people that hold XRP can do simple math. But look at what it takes to be in the 10%. 2,396 XRP. Soon, to be in the 1%, it will be even less. In the top 10%, it will be even less than that. Because a lot of people are going to end up selling their entire bag in this cycle. And I think they're going to regret it soon after. But, you know, I never tell people to look at the rich list. I don't want you to overinvest into XRP. I want you to invest whatever you could afford so you could sit back, stay patient, and wait for it to happen. Ripple has now spent over $3 billion on acquisitions and strategic opportunities to date. You know, whenever somebody talks about the XRP escrow, oh, Ripple's dumping on the XRP community. This is the things that Ripple is doing, making acquisitions that lead to more utility for XRP. You know, Ripple's not going anywhere. People are still expecting Ripple to disappear one day and dump all their XRP on the XRP community. That's never going to happen. Ripple is positioning to become the biggest company in the world. They are going to be bigger than Amazon. They'll be bigger than Amazon, Home Depot, Walmart, all combined in the future. Ripple is becoming a bank, and we will be the bank branches when that happens. Market expert says sell all your XRP once this happens. So what he's citing in this article is when they passed the bill that kicks Congress out of the stock market, keeping Congress members from trading stocks. What that has to do with crypto, I have no idea. But I would not sell all my XRP when that happens. You know, we are crypto investors, not stock market investors. And most of these politicians, they're not even looking to touch crypto. They want crypto to die off. They want to stay in the current system. They are raping the current system day after day. These people go into Congress with very little money and they leave multi-millionaires. Some of them are even going to be billionaires by the time they leave Congress. Remember in that last video I said that Binance is loading up on XRP? Binance traders are increasingly bullish on XRP. $4 next. So now a lot of people, a lot of traders on Binance, they're opening long positions, even more than short positions on XRP, which is signaling that the price is likely to go much higher from here. But when people turn bullish on XRP on one of these exchanges, the exchange, they position themselves for that. They know FOMO is coming for XRP as well. You know, whenever you see these inflows of XRP on exchanges, right away people start speculating. That's people dumping their XRP. Oh, that's so-and-so manipulating the price of XRP. But it's all speculation. Then a later article will come out like this and show why Binance is loading up on XRP. By the end of 2025, AI agents are expected to manage 25% of DeFi assets. By the end of this year, I think we're going to start to see the rise of AI agents. It's already happening in the background, but I think they're going to go mainstream. Every person that's invested into this space is going to want to have an AI agent. You're going to want to put that AI agent to work for you while you're doing all the things you ever wanted to do. And that they're going to get you the most out of your crypto because the AI will work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Even on days that you do nothing, that AI agent is still going to make you money. And everybody right now is talking about XRP yield, earning off of their XRP. Well, this is Jimmy Baz from Caleb and Brown. He talks about the dangers of XRP yield. One thing I want to tell you before you listen to this clip is that when you see these things that pop up where they're offering like 20% yield on your XRP, that comes with a hell of a lot of risk. And there's a chance you can lose your XRP. But take a listen to this.
Yeah, it's a great point. We know that yield generation is something that we're all interested in. I personally, in the past, hunted yields to my dismay. Often at times we've seen, especially in 2021, we saw Celsius, BlockFi, a number of these protocols offer yields. And what you don't realize is that, wow, I'm getting these amazing APYs, but on the back end, my assets are actually at quite significant risk. And that's something that we always encourage for even our clients that want to chase yield elsewhere. Do so, but understand the risks associated, whether it's counterparty risk, as you mentioned. If it's an asset like XRP that you're being offered yields on, well, it's a non-native staking asset. So it means that they're probably loaning out your assets elsewhere to earn a yield, or they're using something like the Flare network to wrap that XRP into Flare and earn yield that way. But that has smart contract risk associated with it as well. So nothing's ever free in this world. If you are going to be offered a yield, there is some sort of risk associated with it. And then it's really up to the client whether their risk profile associates having that underlying asset become at risk to earn that yield or not. And so as a business, as you mentioned, we've very much operated on a risk-off approach. So we just provide spot trading. We aren't exposing client assets to any counterparty risk or any other risk out there. So ultimately, it's up to the client and their risk profile. I would just ensure that you're doing your due diligence. The XRP ledger and all the DeFi capabilities on the AMM are becoming very exciting. It's still relatively new and nascent. So it's important that clients do understand that if you are going to try and earn a yield somewhere, that there are risks associated with that.
There's always going to be a level of risk. And the higher the yield, the higher the risk. So if you're looking to earn off of your XRP, there's going to be other new, safer ways to do it as the institutions onboard into this space. But for right now, anybody that does want to take the risk, you got to always keep that in the back of your mind. Nothing comes for free is what he's telling you. But I've seen people offering all the way up to like 12% yield on XRP. I would never, ever trust something like that. That yield has to come from somewhere. That means they are taking high risk as well with your XRP. Alt-season index surges to yearly high. Is this the start of the biggest rally since 2024? Everybody's talking about alt-season right now. And once it begins, I mean fully begins, and things get chaotic, that's when having a great game plan is going to be the most important. And you got to stick to it. You know, don't let people sway you, is what I'm saying. Because there's going to be so many people out there trying to call the top time and time again in this cycle. You got to look at the real world events that are happening at the same time. You got to look at the inflows of money at the same time. You got to see where we are with the ETFs. You got to see where we are with regulations. You know what XRP is built to do. It's built to move money and anything of value. So you got to see how that's playing out as well. The rise of tokenization is almost here. A lot of money is going to come to the XRP ledger. And that's why it's so important to always think logically. It's going to be hard to do because there's going to be so much excitement going on, and everybody is going to be so bullish on crypto. I mean, people are going to be calling you up. Hey, do you think now is a good time I get into crypto? You know, am I too late to get into crypto this time around? Because everybody's going to want to make money off of this over the next couple of months. You're going to see talk of crypto everywhere. And it's going to be all over the mainstream media news as well. As an XRP holder, you got to remember all the things you learned up to this point. I mean, I showed you the rails getting put in place since 2022. It really expanded since 2022. Ripple went global in a very big way. But you got to look at all the things that are about to happen. We're also on the verge of central bank digital currencies and the rise of stablecoins. We didn't have any of this in previous runs, is what I'm saying. There's a lot you got to look at when it comes time to take some profit, and never, ever sell your entire bag of XRP. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.